Hey everyone, I wanted to take a minute to go over this week's slides and assignments. So this is, again, it's a recap of what we did on Tuesday. I'm going to skip through some of this. Your feedback for your rough draft was in Canvas. I finished recording those, I think Wednesday at 3 is what I told y'all, and I got it done by then. You have a video for each of your feedbacks. So make sure you not only look at the rough draft and look at the comments on top of your lesson plan in Canvas, also watch the video because I go more in depth just about different things that I would expect you to fix before you submit your final draft. Field experience application, there were 5 of you who were not able to do this during that first window just because I think your background check and fingerprints weren't in yet, and that's okay. Just make sure you're on the lookout for that coming October 1st through 5th. You'll submit that again. Not again, like you'll just submit it for the first time since you couldn't submit it the original window. Just a reminder, field experience, you don't need to be going out into your classroom until October 1st. I sent y'all an email with your mentor teacher contact, and then I also posted, I believe it's in Canvas. Let me go look really quick. It'll let me out of this. I don't think I can get out of this slide. Anyways, it's in Canvas under announcements. There's like a little template that you can use if you choose to for when you contact your mentor teacher. You can contact them either individually or together as a group. But eventually you are going to have to get together with your partner or partners and figure out what day works best for your teachers. Some of you have contacted me regarding, I think it's fall break at your campuses, and they have fall break maybe that whole week or even the week of November 11th. Some people have like a connected campus day is what they call it, where the kids aren't on campus one day, and then the next day I think is like Veterans Day or something. So if that's the case, please try to keep it that week. If they're open, then we need to try to schedule it that day. But if they're closed for a whole week, you can't control that. And a large part of education is being flexible. You'll just do your teach the next week. Okay. So just understand that those are hopeful timelines that we can keep to keep everybody on track. But it's not like we can't do workarounds if there's a valid reason. It can't just be that you didn't want to go on campus that week. So for your teaches, your first one, this is a reiteration of a lot that we've talked about in class. Your first teach will be done with your partner. This does not mean I say co-teach, but it's still like one is the primary facilitator, say for first block, and the other one is kind of like an assistant, essentially. They're helping pass out the papers or the rulers. They may help like with small group questions and stuff, but the other, like the main student, is the one fielding the majority of the questions, monitoring the room the majority of the time. So, and then, the next class you'll flip the role. If there's 3 of you, then the third class you'll flip again. So another thing, and I'll talk about this on Tuesday, somebody else had brought this up. She was like, so am I just teaching one class? Yeah, you're only required to be the primary in one class. So let's say that your teacher is on a period schedule. So she has 7 periods. One of those is a planning. So she has 6 periods. If there are 3 of you, you could choose to do, like, let's say you're staying the whole day because you're counting it as an observation on the last half of the day. If you wanted to, and the teacher is okay with it, if it works with their schedule, you could teach first, second, someone else could teach third, fourth, someone else could teach fifth, sixth. You're only required to do one period, but honestly, I'm just telling you, the more that you're out there, the more that you're teaching, the more comfortable you will get. It's one of those things. Like when I first started teaching and I didn't have like a normal teach prep program, I went through my teaching courses as I was teaching in my own classroom. So it was a unique situation. But it took me probably about 3 weeks before I fully just felt comfortable in my role. And then after that, it was good. I was good to go. So again, if your teacher's good with that, I strongly encourage that. If you only want to teach one period and you're going to be the little assistant for the other ones for your partners, that's okay too. I'm just telling you that option is out there. So this is our agenda. We did not get to the art of questioning. We're going to talk about that next Tuesday. I'm not going to go over each of this because this is all the content we covered in class. You can see just the resources, and there's links that you can look at. We did a practice teach. I hope that each of you have gone in several times this week and watched that reflection on reaction time that I sent out. That is going to be a huge resource for you. I would watch it at least 2 or 3 times. And then, like I said, I strongly recommend you to do a practice teach at home with somebody, and somebody in your family or a friend or something, just to get more comfortable with it. And we'll do a little bit of a practice teach again next week. For your assignments, you're going to submit your final draft. Please look at the feedback for your rough draft before submitting your final draft. Do not submit the same lesson plan if you did not get A++. And even, I think there were 3 of you who did like fabulous. Even y'all had like one or two little things that you could go in and add, but really for if there was a lot of feedback, there needs to be a lot of work put into the final draft. And then you have that discussion board where you'll participate, you'll post your discussion. And then I think I have it where you comment on two different people's. So anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope you'll have a great weekend and I will see you next week.